Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's podcast. It's called our mid 20s podcast, and this week we're going to discuss Netflix. I am half of the hosting group. I am Alex, and
And I'm Edgar.
awesome. So, Edgar, what have you been up to lately? What have you been watching?
Well, I don't know. There's a few shows I've been marking on. The new season of Fuller House. Oh, Fuller House came out.
I watched that. I watched that. I
Uh,
watched.
uh, there's-
I watched
it,
that within the first 2 days, I think.
I didn't like it.
Really?
It's. I honestly, I thought they were gonna bring back. Well, for anyone who didn't watch it, spoiler alert. It's about the kids, not the parents. I honestly, for some reason, I thought they were gonna be, or from what I understood from the articles I read online, I thought the whole cast was gonna come back, but apparently it was just a kid, so I was kind of disappointed.
Oh yeah, dude. I found that out right away because I went out to IBMD, and
You check out the cast, right?
the cast was like
Yeah,
all the top cast was all like the kids, and
yeah.
yeah.
It was. I was disappointed. Like from the articles I read, from what I understood, I guess it was my bad in this one.
I don't know the way I look at it. Like I think it was I liked it a lot, but to be honest, this is kind of how I did it. I watched it, but I would tune out and like go on Twitter on my phone for like a good 5-10 minutes throughout the show. Like those incremental bits where like something not like something really cheesy or kind of lame is happening, and then when something funny like I thought that was really funny, I would start paying attention. I would like I would laugh out loud.
Yeah, I mean, the first episode was weak. Let's just say
Oh yeah,
straightforward.
yeah.
The first
It was
episode
weak.
was weak.
It
Yeah,
was hard to get through.
yeah, exactly. The only reason I went through because it's been so long, so I was like, oh, let's just watch it. Um, the other ones were not bad, but still, I haven't finished it, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish it.
Uh, oh wait, have you gotten to the part where he slaps what's his name with the glove? The Spanish guy?
I don't think so. What episode is that?
Probably like maybe 5-ish, 4, probably. Oh well,
No,
basically, where
no, I haven't.
the okay. So okay. Hopefully, I didn't ruin it for you. 'Cause
No,
it's
I mean for me it's fine. Like I said, I probably won't finish it because I just couldn't get into it. Maybe one of these days I'll finish it, but not in the near future.
okay. Yeah, dude. I think it's one of those shows that you just kind of put on in the background, and then every now and then you pop your head up because something kind of funny happens.
Funny comes out, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's that kind
maybe.
of show. It's not the show you sit down and pay attention to.
I don't know. I was expecting something else, but I mean the only thing I do enjoy is how they make those jokes about the also twins, Olsen twins.
Oh man, I thought it was kind of at first I was like, I kind of found it a little dirty to be honest. I was like, that's kind of shady. But then I was like, you know what? It's kind of funny. It's they're not doing it like too much.
Yeah, because I mean, out of all the kids there, they were the only ones who made it big.
Yeah, and
Like
ironically, it wasn't even in television or anything. It was in the fashion industry.
yeah, yeah, but they partnered up with Walmart, I believe,
Yeah.
at a younger age, and I I think they're worth almost $1 billion or something like that. It's ridiculous how much they.
Yeah. Actually, their company is $1 billion company. They should be worth at least
Yeah, it,
2, 3
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, something like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, I still have some of their old tapes. Like how I don't know if you remember the movies they made.
Yeah. I do.
I have a lot of their stuff, like movies.
Wow, you're such a girl, but I like
Hey, the movies were
it.
good. The
No,
movies were
they
good.
weren't. They were so bad, dude. They were so bad.
Especially the one with the grandmother. My friend was when they were this. I mean, I'll rewatch him, but my VCR doesn't work, so it's kind of
Uh,
that it just stuck there.
all right. So, well, you've been watching Fuller House, or kind of. I've been
Kind of.
watching. I've watched Fuller House. I also watch. I've been on Hulu a lot lately. I've been watching Bleach. I've been trying to get through Bleach.
Oh yeah, yeah. I started rewatching Bleach again
Oh, okay.
because there was
Uh
yeah
huh. Go ahead.
because there was a few episodes. I know the first season. I it's kind of slow to get through, so I just watched the first season again just so I can remember why he became a Soul Reaper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I basically skipped all the fillers. Like I searched like what are the fillers, and dude, that show has a lot of fillers,
It's
man.
almost
Like
all fillers though.
half, yeah, half the show is like fillers, dude.
Yeah,
I was
because
like, what the heck? This is crazy.
because the first season is kind of like whatever, and then picks up, and then you're in the Soul Society, and then after like they finish like the main quest, it's all fillers until you get I haven't finished the show. I think I'm in episode like 100 and something, but it's mostly fillers.
Yeah, dude, I skipped 2 seasons worth of fillers. I
Yeah,
just was like, forget
that's how
this,
bad.
no way.
That's how bad. I mean, it's good, but that's how bad it is with fillers, though, which is
Yeah,
annoying.
dude. I think not even Naruto's that bad.
No.
I think Naruto's a little better. Oh, at least Naruto's fillers came towards the like the end of the show. Like the first like Naruto series, all the end was all fillers, and then
But
when it began, it was like
not necessarily. Though. Season 4 is all fillers.
of Naruto.
Yeah.
No.
Not the Shippuden
Oh,
one. The first Naruto, like.
yeah. The first Naruto, like, but it was mostly like it went like straight into like the story, and then I don't think it had that many fillers in the main story. Before Sasuke leaves, right?
Yeah. But like after that, like that's all fillers.
Yeah, after that was all fillers, but I like it.
They just added season 4. They just added season 4 on Netflix too.
I mean, for me, I was just like, I liked it because I was like, you know what? I like once I got to Sasuke's ending, I was like, okay, that's done for me because I'm not gonna watch these fillers. They don't add to the story, so I never like anything that doesn't add to the story, to the mythos. So I was just like, whatever.
But that's annoying though.
Okay, so let's get onto our kind of real talk, our main topic, which is talking about Netflix and how it works, because we kind of we discussed that last week, and kind of we were both wondering how it works. And so what were the kind of things that you found out, Edgar, in your research?
Well, mostly why the release dates are so vague with Netflix when it comes to like there is, because they don't have fully control of the release dates. It mostly comes to the studios. So if they purchase like a title, if they purchase a title, they gotta do it. They can't. It's kind of like the studios give them certain limitations on how much they have to like release and how often. So they give a vague release date, saying like, oh, we'll release it at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the year, or during the spring. That's why they're so vague with it, because they can't they don't have full control with it.
Okay.
So yeah, because there's one of the big parts they negotiate that with the studio. So the studios kind of like tell them like how fast they can release it. So it's a little annoying, but I mean they can't do anything about it. That's the studios and their release with it.
Okay, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, so well, how does it work with getting like overseas? Like like you were mentioning last week, how Mexico has all these movies. Like the Mexico Netflix has all these movies. Well, like the Netflix in Europe and Japan have kind of different styles and compared to the U.S. How does that work?
Well, it's again, it's all the studios and how they release the negotiations. Because I was reading an article about how some people from Finland, they're releasing Better Call Saul there, but they're not they can't release it until the whole translation is done to finish.
Oh, okay.
So it's I don't know, kind of weird how they do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the thing has to do with the studios, and mostly that's why they don't have so much control of it. Because for the original series, I don't know if you noticed, most of the original series of Netflix come out on Fridays.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
wait.
Like their original series, they make them come out on Fridays. But
I think Fuller House came out on a Friday, right?
Yeah, they came out on a Friday.
Oh wow, dude, that's crazy.
But but again, it's a studio wise. I mean, since it's their own stuff, they have a little more I guess room to work with it and plan it more it, but not with the other ones.
So basically, Netflix can get the rights for a movie, but not be able to, not the rights in the U.S. basically. So they can get the rights from Mexico and Finland or wherever, but not
something like that. Yeah, they could do it, but not here until a certain time and back and forth, which is weird.
Yeah, that's weird. What about the ratings? How do the ratings work? How do they kind of judge whether a show?
I believe it is let me just quote exactly is you see if who it is, but they Netflix just released a statement or an article saying how they don't release the ratings of the
Mhm.
shows because a lot of those shows are well, first of all, they're meant some of the shows are meant for different audience, so they're not gonna do as well in ratings as compared to other
Mhm.
TV shows. And other thing is they don't want to discourage the artists because once the ratings fall, the people or the actors themselves they can lower the quality of their work.
So
So by
wait,
not hmm?
how do they count the ratings? Is the rating like is the rating like every time someone watches a certain episode, or is it just how many times a different account watches the episode? You
Actually
know what I mean?
that's a good question. I don't know how that it is though.
Because I would think some of these like shows that have like a cult following, like I don't know, like probably like Daredevil. I mean Daredevil is kind of a bad example, but something else, like I don't know, maybe like Master of None. So I think that's a really good show. I think it has some replay value, so I feel like people could watch that show over and over.
Yeah.
And but it's more of like this kind of niche show. So I just wondering how that works.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. I didn't thought about that. I guess we'll have to figure that out for another episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, because I think for television, like it depends on how many different televisions are on a certain channel. That's how our ratings works. I think. I mean, at least that's the way I understood it. So I wonder how Netflix counts theirs, because Netflix is different than television in that sense that they don't have to count ratings just of how many times or how many different accounts watch it. I wonder if is it like YouTube, like they count them.
It might be I don't know. Actually,
But wait,
that's a good
does
question
YouTube
though.
a- does YouTube count the times that we click? Like if I watch the same
I
video
think
like
I think
five
it, I
times?
think I think it's like account wise, like if different
Oh,
accounts
okay.
watch it
It counts it as one,
or
right?
devices. What are those? I think it's accounts.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, that's what I wonder. So I feel like I wonder how Netflix does that, because I feel like some shows can probably be watched like over and over, while others they don't really have like a really high replay value. They're more like give me the next season. I don't really want to watch the old one.
Yeah, yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, when Netflix said, like one of the spokesman said that the reason they're not releasing ratings. This is a quote from the article saying, "Once we give a number for a show, then every show will be benchmarked off of that show, even though they were built sometimes for a very specific audience." So that's
Okay.
one of the reasons. I mean, they can't compare a show, let's say like Daredevil that did extremely well compared to another show that what are the other shows that
Like Love. It's
like
just recently
exactly
came
like
out.
Love, because they made for really specific reasons, very very specific audience, and that's why they have the freedom of doing it. They can really, like you said, one of the last episode that they had the freedom of making a show for a really unique audience, and that's why they don't want to, and that's why they want to release it because some of them are just meant for one specific audience.
Yeah, yeah, and Netflix, Daredevil probably has way bigger budget than it's probably. I would have to guess it's probably their biggest budget TV show. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think.
their new season is coming out this March.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like a show like Love probably has a really small budget. Uh, they don't have
Special
like
effects and everything,
special effects or high paid actors as
or like stunt
Daredevil.
doubles, a lot of stunt
Yeah,
doubles
yeah,
for the other
yeah.
scenes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that change that totally um that totally matters within the ratings, because some shows, they like if a show has a lower budget, they necessarily don't have to get the same ratings as a bigger budget show, right? Because
exactly.
they can break even or actually make money on with lower ratings. So
Yeah, it's like like, again, they don't want to discourage the actors. If the show is doing poor, I mean, rating wise, as I guess, if the show is doing poorly compared to another a big hit from there, they don't want to discourage the actors and I guess change their well if they discourage the actors, the quality kind of drops out, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So and
No.
that's one of the things that they don't want to do that. So people, so they, so if you don't know how bad your show is doing, it doesn't affect you.
Yeah. Like I feel like the Muppet Show. Like I mean, at first I think it had really low ratings, and when it went on its hiatus, there was reports that they were saying that we're gonna change up the show and make it a little different to make it. I guess I don't know if it was more fun or I don't know exactly what they said, but basically they kind of changed the format of the show so that they can increase the ratings basically. And
I
I
mean,
definitely saw that.
and the ratings not only affect the actors, it also affect the producers and the writers.
Yeah, definitely. Because also, like sometimes the writers have to feel like they have to kind of write differently in the sense that they have to kind of
Exactly, to improve the ratings. So
yeah.
if they're doing poorly, they wanna change something up to improve the ratings. But if they don't know the ratings, they can take the story to in a whole different direction. That if the ratings were going low.
Yeah, and really what really helping Netflix with the original shows, the original content is like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. You know, like they're getting like really high ratings on that. I think Daredevil probably has like a probably like an 8 point something, and Jessica Jones has like a 9.0, I think, last time I checked. So I think that really helps because then the actors just see that they see like the critical response of critics, well, rather than the ratings, and I think that really boosts their confidence and it really shows. I think it really shows them that Netflix has their back. So I think it's really exciting time for actors and just original content altogether.
Exactly.
I think like I mean yeah uh but what about I know we were talking earlier about this when we were kind of setting up the the agenda for this show, and you were talking about a little bit about how you can change your IP address, or some people try to do that to try to get the Netflix from like
Yeah,
Mexico or something.
there was an article recently that I saw about that too, though. And the main thing is that it was basically Netflix has blocked the use of VPS in Spain and other European countries just because they don't want to other people. Apparently, it wasn't that difficult to do, and it was a big problem for Netflix from what I remember. This has been an issue for them for a while. That a lot of people change their BP address just so they can experience or get content from other countries. And it's been a real problem for Netflix for a while, but now they're actually doing something about it, and they're banning accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I do remember some of my, they were there. I remember someone mentioned that they were banning accounts for that.
That is crazy. You know, I cannot believe they're doing that. That's insane. Like, wow, banning accounts. Dang. Are they banning them lifetime, or is it just like
I
you're
don't
banned
know.
for 6 months or?
I actually don't know. I know the actually this has been a problem a while ago because one of my uh, friends from one of my friends a while ago was I was talking to him about this too, and he used to change his BP address for Germany, I believe. So he got a Germany BP address, and he can watch. I forgot what show he was watching, but he was doing that, and he mentioned that they Netflix really stepped it up a while ago, and they started banning a few accounts. Some of his friends that he knew from like
Mm-hmm.
high school or people he played well with online mentioned that their accounts were banned by Netflix, and just because they were doing that.
Well, man, I never thought Netflix would take it that up to banning
Well, I
banning
mean,
accounts.
it's kind of a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess, like stealing in a sense,
Yeah,
like kind of like streaming, like illegal streaming.
but the biggest problem is it's just in like smaller countries. I believe from Europe, they're having that there's there's quantity or less
Yeah, that's
content.
that's an interesting thing that you say. It's like well, yeah, it's happening in Europe, but I wonder if it happens like in the Middle East and stuff like that, because I know I talked to one of my friends here, and he's from Jordan, and he
Hmm.
says there's no copyright laws there. So essentially, he says that he would go down to like a flea market kind of thing over there, and he would see like MATLAB CDs for $1, like the latest MATLAB or something like that, and you could download movies. There was like no laws against it. You could do whatever, almost like whatever you want. And in terms of like streaming and downloading. So I wonder if they do it there too. I wonder if Netflix is banning them, or can they ban
Oh,
them? I wonder.
that's I don't know. That's actually a good question. We should probably look that up for something else. So, like, how does that
Yeah,
work compared to? Because I mean, I know China has really bad copyright rights.
yeah. China, dude, is crazy, man. They can turn off the internet there. That thing is insane, dude.
Yeah, like I wonder how that works there though. That would be.
I remember when China was going. I think it was a year ago or two, where there's a lot of kind of like I guess riots happening in China. Not riots, but like protests. And China just shut off the internet. Like no internet, nothing could go outside of China. And they even shut off the phone services. And they came up with clever ways to figure out how to text each other without using a service or Wi-Fi or anything. It was crazy, dude.
Damn, I didn't.
People.
When did this happen? I don't remember
Uh,
that.
I want to say it was like a year ago or something. They were using this. They were using this kind of app that would let you text without using Wi-Fi. I would imagine they use Bluetooth or something like that, but I'm not sure how they would do it. But yeah, they're yeah. It happened like I want to say a year or two ago, or a year and a half maybe.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
that. I don't remember that actually. I kind of want to look that up now.
yeah, yeah. You should. I don't remember. There was I think the app the name of the app was like Fire something. I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's what kind of happened there, and so I wonder how Netflix has to work with the government, because I would figure they would have to work with the Chinese government, right? Because if China can essentially cut off all communication from the outside world, that means they control the internet there. So I would figure they would. I mean, Netflix would have to have some kind of negotiations with how they. Uh, I would imagine how they'd be even charge and string and letting people create accounts, or maybe even having to pay the government or something. I wonder how that works.
Yeah, that's actually a good question though.
And I wonder how Hulu and Amazon Prime work, especially Hulu, because I've done a little research. I've done research on Hulu before, and I found out that it's kind of owned by Fox and Disney and NBC. It's kind of split between a bunch of different networks, and I think Disney owns like 30%, Fox owns like 20 or something like that. It's kind of split up into section into it's kind of split up into like a pie diagram, and and that that's basically, I think that's the kind of the reason why Hulu is able to kind of get all this content from all these different providers like Fox and and Disney and ABC, you know. So I
Yeah,
wonder how that works overseas too,
that's.
because
I wonder how big Hulu is in other countries, like how big of a market though.
yeah, well, actually, well, I would think it would be kind of bigger than Netflix, just because since like
Because Netflix, okay, so this is from what one of the articles mentions that Netflix has
mhm.
70 million accounts worldwide and 43 million in the US.
Dang, that's a lot.
So like I don't know how big how what numbers for Hulu has or like
That's
another.
true. Well, well, like, well, I would imagine. Well, I know there's a Hulu like Japan. I've been to that website. I just changed the. I went instead. I think instead of I went to the Hulu Japan one time, and they had a bunch of different movies that I didn't have, because I have the, obviously I live in the U.S., so I have the U.S. version. But
Yeah.
but I would imagine it's bigger, just because. Well, actually, no. Let me scratch that. I don't think it's bigger, because I think Netflix has been around longer. But I would think it's probably pretty close, just because I feel like Fox or NBC or Disney can promote it to like in other countries where they own, like where they have like network contracts, you know. So I
Yeah.
feel like they could promote that, like they can go like, hey, if you didn't catch our stuff, go on Hulu and watch it or something. I don't know how it works. Like, because I would imagine there's different websites, right? There's a Japanese like Disney website or something like that, so I don't know how those websites, if they advertise Hulu on the websites or something.
Yeah. No. That's kind of one of the interesting questions. I wonder how what their market is for all of them. I mean,
Yeah,
Amazon Prime and everything. I mean, Amazon is such a big, it's a, the what's it called, worldwide company. Like how the streaming services work
yeah.
and everything.
I actually wonder how they you know, when Amazon first started, I wonder if their primary goal was like we gotta make it, we have to like, if their primary plan was like, we're gonna make Amazon successful because we're gonna deliver 2 day shipping and it's gonna be all free. So because I would figure that would cost you like a lot of money, you know, like
Yeah.
I wonder if were they in debt first and then after it started becoming popular, they kind of rose up, or I wonder how that works with them.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we're diving into
Yeah,
right
there's a
now.
lot of stuff. I mean, I guess we answered one question, but we came up with 10 more.
Yeah. But going back to original content and stuff like that, Amazon Prime is really stepping up with original content there.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I keep hearing that, and I mean, Amazon Prime is great. I'm not gonna lie. Like 2 day shipping, and then you have now you can stream music too.
yeah,
Just,
yeah, that's been around for a while
yeah,
too.
I didn't know that you can stream music. You can stream music. You can. There's a bunch of stuff you can do now.
Yeah, I mean, like I think it's I think every company is trying to do their own like private service. Like, you know, Apple has their own music now, their own radio.
Yeah,
Amazon has its own music, its own radio. You know, stuff like that.
I
And
mean,
go ahead.
I know Time Warner Cable has their own streaming services too, though.
Yeah,
Just because
Comcast, Xfinity.
I got an offer from like from them. We got a phone call from them saying like, you know, what was our favorite TV show and everything, and we told them like, oh no, I watch Netflix most of the time, and they told, oh, do you know that Time Warner Cable has its own streaming services, which is interesting. Like a lot of companies are doing the whole streaming service.
Which begs the question: how do they get all these rights to distribute content? You know, like I wonder how that works because there's so many companies. There's so many like there's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Amazon Prime, Xfinity, Comcast,
Well, they have to
Warner.
like.
Go ahead.
No. I kind of lost my train of thought here.
Well, yeah. So like I was saying, that there's like all these different streaming services, and I wonder how companies, you know, I wonder how the companies negotiate their contracts to get certain things, and how Netflix could get the same movie that Hulu gets. You know, like I wonder how that works.
Yeah, I guess a lot of it has to do with the studios.
Yeah,
and even if they make them exclusively for that streaming services, because you know they're making, like Hulu's making their own exclusive stuff, picking up old stuff like Full House made exclusive for Netflix, Resident Development only exclusive for Netflix. I wonder if the other streaming sort of sites are gonna start doing their own like exclusive for them.
Yeah, Hulu has a lot of their exclusive. I mean, they bought the rights to Mindy, the Mindy Project, you know. So
Oh yeah,
so that's kind of like a Arrested Development. It was on Fox, and then a third party kind of came in and took it. But interestingly, like it's crazy how this stuff is kind of popping up, like, or not popping up, but developing like Amazon Prime and Hulu and Netflix, because everything's kind of becoming more internet based, and it's really intriguing how things are becoming like way more internet based than they used to be even like 5 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, one of the in the article that I read, it's in the New York Times. It mentions that some of Netflix shows could do better in cable TV than what's run on cable. It says, and I quote, last month, for instance, Mr. Sanders said the Netflix show Narcos could be the most viewed show on cable, not HBO Game of Thrones.
Oh wow! Actually, I don't know if I believe that, because some of the shows they produce, like, well, it depends.
But this is like Narcos is like one of the biggest most popular show on Netflix.
Wait,
they have like one of the biggest rating.
Did he say it would be the most popular,
most viewed in that month?
Wait, on cable TV. So what does he mean by cable TV? Like if it was like on a HBO or a Showtime kind of thing?
They just think, I don't know, maybe
because
just cable TV.
because
apparently, yeah.
if you put it like on a network like ABC or Fox, you're gonna have to really like tone it down, you know, like
Well, that'll be prime time TV.
yeah. Oh, prime time. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. So I
So
guess cable TV.
cable TV is just
Yeah.
you have to pay
Well,
for those extra channels.
yeah. I could see that. It's really interesting. Um, so yeah, it's really interesting. And what about the article that we both read? The one that was talking about the box
The
that
millionaire, like $35,000 Netflix accounts.
yeah, or something like that. The title is a 35,000 Netflix for billionaires box that
Yeah,
lets
it's
you
not.
watch films at home.
Yeah, it was it. I think it's called Billionaires Box.
Yeah, which to be honest, I don't like the idea of having the box that shows you movies that are going to be in theaters. The only reason why is because unless you have a home theater, it's not going to be the same as like watching it like on a 42 or 72 inch, you know, like
I mean, but you can already watch movies that are gonna be in theaters if you just download them online.
if you
I
use the
guess.
college discount.
Yeah, exactly. So the whole thing. I mean, I feel like the only reason I go to the movie theater is just as a social thing.
Well,
It's just to
that's
socialize. That's what it is. So
uh
not like I don't go alone. Like I never go to the movie theaters alone because I don't see the point of them. If I'm gonna go alone, I can just watch it. I can just watch it at home. Just download it.
okay.
I go
Okay,
I go there with friends though.
this is where we differ. I've gone to the movie theaters alone, you know, like I enjoy watching movies on the big screen because for one, there's a difference between a 70 inch screen or even like I have a 40, I think I have a 32, but there's a difference between a 32, a 72 and a 110 inch screen.
No,
There
I mean
really is.
there is a difference though. I mean, having your I'm not saying that's not, but I mean most of the movie theaters now. I mean, movies are now mostly for socialized events than just to be social
That is
with
true.
people. It's not more. It's not like I mean, because since you now can watch them online and for free, it's just mostly a social thing though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like technically I would only go to a premiere with people because during a premiere, like a big movie, there's gonna be like a big crowd, and I don't want to be like the one person that sits like by himself. You know, he sits like with a
Yeah,
bunch of people around him, but he doesn't know anybody. I don't
exactly.
want to be that guy.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't go to movies by myself.
But I am a big fan of going to movies after they've been out for a while and being like the only one in the theater. Because I personally watched Star Wars, The Force Awakens 3D by myself. It was amazing. I mean, I could laugh as loud as I wanted to. I could like basically talk to to the screen like if I was at home. It was fun.
Yeah, I don't. I feel weird just going by myself to the
It
movies.
is weird, but you kind of get used to it. Well, it's all I think it's always weird when you're going there, but once you get in, I think you just kind of forget about it
I
once you
mean,
start watching.
if I need to kill time and I'm like happen to be there by, I'm like, oh, why not? Let's go watch a movie while I kill some time. But if I just plan it out to go by myself and see it, I was like, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
just rather wait
yeah,
to it for DVD.
yeah. Which oh yeah, that I thank you for bringing up DVD. But that's another reason why I think Hulu and Amazon Netflix get some of these movies they do. Like for example, like both Hulu and Amazon Prime uh have similar movies. Like for example, they both have like RoboCop, like the newest RoboCop and like the Hunger Game movies. And the reason I think some of those movies and the Ninja Turtle movie, you know, the newer one, I think the reason they get those movies is because they didn't do as good as they did in the box office. And I don't think the studio has high hopes that they're going to do very good on DVD sales. So I sometimes want I kind of have a suspicion that they sell the rights to Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime so that people that have those streaming services could watch the movies there and kind of get hooked so that when the next one comes out
You go
they
watch it,
they
yeah.
they go watch it. Yeah, because
Yeah, I always feel, yeah, I kind of always wonder about that. The movies that they're not so popular in theaters, and then you just happen to see them on Netflix or on one of those streaming sites, and I'm like, what? It's not even
yeah
on DVD yet, or it barely came out on DVD or something like that.
Yeah, because to be honest, like if a movie doesn't do really good in the box office, there's not very high chance that people are gonna actually buy it. Because
Mhm.
nowadays, if you buy a Blu-ray movie, it's like $24. If you buy like a with 3D, it's like $30 or 32. You know, so I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
don't buy
people are
Blu-rays
willing to
anymore.
spend that much. Yeah, yeah, for me, I wouldn't really want to spend. I usually buy DVDs when they're less than $10. So if
Yeah,
they're
same here.
between, yeah, that's when I like to buy DVDs. And I actually don't really like buying $10 DVDs. I like really buying DVDs that are in the single digits.
$5
I,
DVDs.
yeah, yeah, I feel comfortable because, and and um and sometimes I do see like sometimes I do see newer movies um being sold like at $10 or $13 like at Target. Sometimes Target has like this weird sale where a lot of the movies are really cheap, even newer ones. So I don't know if the movie studio is making that much money on DVD sales.
Probably not, since they're that cheap.
and and I wonder how the DVD sales work. You know, like do does like does Target buy 1,000 DVDs or 1,000,000 DVDs, right, for this one movie, and then they just ship them out, and then if they don't sell them, they just have to keep them and try to sell them, or do they ship them back and get their money back? I wonder how that works.
I wonder. Yeah, that's a good question though.
Because if it worked the first way, where if it worked like the first scenario where Target has to buy them and they can't return them, then I almost feel like the 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 studio makes some like flat rate on the movies, you know.
Yeah, but if they're
But
not popular, they won't probably order anymore.
yeah, that is true. That's the caveat. Yeah, yeah, that's very true. I wonder how that works.
No, it's a good,
um
probably good thing
yeah,
to like just check out and or do some research on it.
yeah, man, we gotta do some research for the next
It's a lot of
podcast.
stuff.
It's a lot of stuff we're bringing up. I mean, it's really good to have these discussions. We're bringing up these questions. At least we can get other people to, when they listen to our podcast, and get them into it and get them to listen. It's really good, I think.
Yeah, I can agree
Uh,
with that.
yeah. So how much time do we have, Edgar? Where are we
Uh,
at?
I think we are almost at the 40-minute mark. Yeah.
Oh, we're almost at the 40-minute mark. Okay, so
Yeah.
let let's okay, so then let's come to an end with this podcast. I think we had a really good discussion. I think we have a lot of questions to bring up for a future podcast.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. There's a lot of stuff that we need to like research more.
yeah. So I think for let's end it here so that we still have good questions for the next podcast that we do. But just to give the viewers a little heads up, our next podcast is going to be on March 8th. Um, and if you guys know it, these podcasts are live. We don't edit them. We just kind of record them we stream them straight to YouTube, and we leave them there. Right now, we're both kind of busy to kind of too busy to kind of go into the editing process. But just to give you a heads up, it's Tuesday, March 8th, and we're going to talk about this past Super Tuesday and about politics in a whole. So that should be really exciting. So how about we end this podcast with the helpful hint for school, Edgar?
All right, so this is my helpful hint for school that someone should. I wish someone would have told me this beforehand. So my first semester of college, when I first got my list of books, first thing I did was bought them. Big mistake. I spent over $700 on just books. I didn't know you could rent them. I didn't know you could borrow from anyone else. I just bought them, and when I tried to sell them back, one book was that I spent was $300. Turns out that semester a new edition came out. It was only worth 25 cents. So I think
Wow.
at the end I made what I only made like $150 back out of $700 that I spent. So if any college kids are listening to, rent your books way cheaper, and then you don't have to deal with it if a new edition comes out because you just return it. It's not your problem anymore. You could
Well,
rent them
yeah.
from from Amazon, Check, or even your own school. Some schools do allow that, but rent your books. Don't buy your books
That is a very good hint. That is a very good hint.
because
Yeah,
then
people.
you'll spend so much money and a new edition comes out and you're screwed with the book. And
Yeah.
to make it worse, it was just for technical elective that I took. Not even from my major. It was just a random class I needed to satisfy one of my requirements.
Yeah, you guys, if you guys are listening to right, if any college students are listening to right now, get on Amazon Prime. There's a student discount. You know,
Yeah, rent your books.
You can rent your books from there, and it's really cheap. So go for it.
They're really cheap, and if a new edition comes out, like I said, you just return your books. You don't have to deal with that.
Oh my god, that's really good hint. Yeah, I wish I would have known that too. It's a really good hint. All
I
right.
would have saved so much money.
I think we would have all saved us so much money. But you know what? To be honest, I kind of like keeping my books. So I
Yeah.
spend a lot of money overall on books.
I do keep my books. I do like keeping my books, but there's some books that you don't need or you will never use. Or
Yeah.
like when am I gonna open my Econ 1 book again? It was just a class that I took to satisfy my requirements. Or my Psychology 1 book.
Oh god, that is true. Okay, yeah, guys. So be kind of mindful of which books you should buy and which you shouldn't. Okay, so with that, this comes to an end of our very only our second episode on time. So hopefully we can keep this going. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to discuss with us or bring up, or you want us to talk about something, or you want us, if you have answers for us, you know, the questions that we ask, if you have answers, please email us at rocketsrockets05@gmail.com. Yeah, and everybody, I hope you have a safe and happy week, and yeah. Yeah, any last words, Edgar?
No, just have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys the 8th, I believe.
Yeah. See you later, guys. Till next time.
Bye.